Hello, kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome back to the kingdom. I am your host, as always, the jovial jester, Kane Drago. We are back with WWE 2k22 MyGM mode challenge. This time we're playing as NXT UK. Not specifically, but I'm using it because our trials and tribulations today are 15 weeks on hard against Sonya Deville and NXT, using only European and Australian superstars. I included Australia because I wanted to include them somewhere. Didn't think I'd have time to do proper research on, older generations of stars to try to find enough Aussie and New Zealand wrestlers to fill out a whole video just them, but wanted to include people like Rhea Ripley and such. So since I'm using NXT as the brand anyway, and in real life NXT UK encompassed that, that's what we're going with, is Europe and Australia. This is the third time I filmed this. The reason we started on this screen instead of going through all the loading screens and the detail screens as normal is because it's the third time filming it, and I wanted to make sure I actually had enough people in the draft to be draftable. It was the first time I did it. I had quite a good draft, but I accidentally drafted one wrong person because I was thinking too much about the matchups of class and role and stuff, and not enough about the restrictions. So then I erased that video, did a second one, or started to, and realized there wasn't actually enough people to get to 8. So here we go. I've checked, there's 15 available this time. Some of them, the matchups will be a little tricky to deal with, but we'll get there when the time comes. Before we get started though, I will say again, thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoy the content, please give a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel, it really helps. And please feel free to leave a comment with suggestions on future videos. I'll either let you know if they're one I've already done, if you're new, or I'll let you know if they're one I already have planned, or I'll plan them if you suggest them. Now let's get started with this one. Right out of the gate, we're going Becky Lynch. And then I'm going to take Finn Balor. Good, don't take anyone I need. That would be great. We're going to take Rhea Ripley. It's 2 babyface women, but we can get around that because we're not done drafting yet. Then we're going to scroll down a bit, take Cesaro. Him or Finn, I might have to change babyface, but we'll see. Then we go down a bit further this time. And we're going to take Kaylee Ray. Then I'm actually going to go down to the bottom for a couple picks because they're cheaper and I need more people. And I'm going to actually take Sharon 7 to fight Cesaro instead. And then I'm going to take Alexander Wolf because we need specialists and I need more heel men. Indy Hartwell's not a bad option for women because I don't have any female heels yet, so I'm going to take her. Now we'll go from the top again and see what's available. Nikki Cross is an option, could turn her heel, which she is right now in real life anyway. I could take Jordan Devlin, but there's no Giant available. I don't remember where. I don't know if he's American. I think he is. Anyway, now Dewdrop's an option. Dakota Kai is an option. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here near the bottom again, take Billie Kay. Then I'm going to get Peyton Royce and we'll have a women's tag team. Or 2 singles feuds if I want to do it that way. Now, we have 4 men and 6 women. We have for women, we have a specialist, a bruiser, and a fighter. And for heels, we have 2 fighters and a specialist. So that can still kind of work out. What do we have available now from fellas? Jordan Devlin. Danny Burch. I'm going to take Danny Burch first because he's a bit more rounded and a heel. And then since I don't have any giants specifically to fight Devlin, but I am going to take him now. That might be all we can take for men. I'm going to do a quick run through and triple check that, but I think it is all the men now.
Danny Burch.
At least all the ones I'm confident in. Yeah, it looks like it is. Any more women I can take, because I still have decent budget to do so. I could take Nikki Cross, Dewdrop, Dakota Kai, Tony Storm. I'm going to take Tony Storm first, because specialist. And a little bit cheaper. And I think I will actually take Nikki Cross and turn her heel. Gives us a lot of female heel fighters.
Tony Storm.
Do I want to also take Dakota Kai? I think I'll just leave it there. Save a little bit of budget and then look at what I actually have. So that's our draft. And we will be... Let's see if they take anyone else. They're done. We'll be back with week number 1. The Europe-Australia Challenge coming up next. Alright folks, we are back. I put the title, women's title on Indy Hartwell because she was the highest stamina that went well with Becky Lynch. I mean, specialists technically go with anybody, but I wanted to keep the Iconics together as a tag team, so the other option was Indy Hartwell, because I only had 3 heel women. So here we go, Becky Lynch versus Indy Hartwell. Becky's the new champ. Excuse me. 3-star match, and it does start a rivalry, not too bad. Charity promos all around for the people not booked yet. Rhea Ripley and Tony Storm, because specialist again can go with anyone, and Bruiser versus 2 fighters for the women's tag.
1, 2, 3.
The Iconics win. 2.5 stars doesn't start a rivalry, but it doesn't beat the opener, which is good. Charity promo from Nikki Cross. The good thing about putting them in promos early on, because I don't have a match for them yet, is it does build their stamina still. They only get half as much as if they were off the show completely. They get 12 for being off the show, ignoring any health spa cards you play to add more. They still get 6 just for not wrestling, so it'll help keep that going until I find them opponents. Speaking of which, we've made a new signing, and he is permanent. Thank goodness we had the money for it. Buddy Murphy, specialist babyface, which we needed more babyfaces anyway. And Jordan Devlin against Alexander Wolf and Danny Burch for the men's tag team titles. And Murphy and Devlin win. 2 stars mediocre. It is what it is. It's a new rivalry. It's also show 1. Charity promo from Kaylee Ray. And in the main event, I put the belt on Trent Seven to boost his popularity closer to even with Cesaro's, and he's fighting Cesaro for the title. Will Cesaro win? No, Trent Seven retains. 3.5 stars. Doesn't start a rivalry, unfortunately. That's okay. We'll try again. We did 3 charity promos, so that'll help get us some extra fans, too. Good booking. We beat them we tied them in the opener. We beat them by half a star in the first mid. They beat us by half a star in the second mid. And they beat us by half a star overall. That's okay. How did we do? 95,000 with the extra fans. 53,000 profit, which is nice. We are ranked number 1. 88,000. So we're about almost 8,000 ahead of them. Going into week number 2, can we keep up the momentum? Let's find out. Alright folks, we're back with week number 2. We've made another cheap new signing. He's one of the local competitors that they made up for the game. He's also the only one, because of comments on other 2k22 creators' videos that I watch when I'm a viewer. One of the comments mentioned that they actually listened to watched entrances for some of the jobbers. It built into the game, and Olaf is actually from Poland. Not terribly surprising knowing his name, but they confirmed that that's where they announce him from if you watch his entrance. So I counted him because I needed another body. Unfortunately, he's a giant, so putting him against Finn Balor's not great, but it's what we had to work with. Up first, though, we have Jordan Devlin and Murphy versus Birch and Wolf for the tag team titles. Devlin and Murphy retain. 2.5 stars doesn't further the rivalry, because why would it? Excellent promo this time. It does start a rivalry. Thank you, Cesaro. Trent Seven's off this week because he was in the 40s for stamina. Olaf with his big 28 popularity against Finn Balor. Wrong matchups, but at least they're face heel. 1-star dull new rivalry that I will not be doing anything with. Advertising promo from Nikki Cross because, quite frankly, I need the money. Minus 6 popularity, but $9,000. Probably not worth it in the end, but whatever. Tony Storm versus Billie Kay. Disappointing, but starts a singles rivalry. The reason it's not a tag match is, we'll talk about in a second. Self-promo, +2, lovely. Triple H offered me one of those glorious special promotion power cards. If you've either seen my playthroughs or just played the game before and played this mode, which are wonderful for a big fan jump on pay-per-views. If I were to book my most popular face and heel females against each other. That is Becky Lynch and Peyton Royce. So, that's what I booked, and I did a run-in from Indy Hartwell. Made sure it wasn't a title match because I didn't want Peyton to end up double champ, and also Indy would have been very mad at me. Not a great show star-wise, but it is what it is. It accomplished everything I wanted it to. And they also had some pretty terrible matches, honestly, so they had a 1.5 themselves.
2, 3.
Let's see how we did. 72,000 fans, 53,000 profit. Special promotion, which is glorious. We're still ranked number 1, 76,000. We're now only less than 4,000 ahead going into week number 3, but things should start to improve from here, hopefully. We'll be back. Alright, folks, we're back with week number 3. I am almost broke because I found on sale another special promotion card, so I bought a second one. But it was worth it. I used it this week. Triple H also wanted me to have a tables match, which I usually don't let my wrestlers get injured, but it was a 3-week injury, gold level injury card, so just in case it does have to happen, it allows me to fix it. I also did play my NXT UK triple year network deal if you gain fans, since with special promotion and it only being week 3, there's no way I'm not going to gain fans. And I need as much money as I can, hence 2 advertising promos for the ladies I have nothing for right now. Anyway. Also, we're going to change Olaf to a heel so that he can fight Jordan Devlin in singles or tag action after the pay-per-view. 3 stars, level 2 rivalry. He went from 28 to 38 popularity fighting Finn Balor last week, and it was a 1-star match, so I can only imagine if it had been a better match how he would have done. Weak promo, of course, because the jobbers almost all have one for mic skills, but he's a heel now. Which does unbalance me further, but it just makes more sense because my only other good option for him to fight is a babyface. So Trent Seven versus Cesaro for the title. Now that they're both in the 60s and can fight again, Cesaro does win. 3.5 stars, new rivalry, which is unfortunate. I would have switched that if I'd known that was going to happen. Advertising promo. Thank you, Kaylee Ray. Excellent. Only $8,000, but also only 1 loss of popularity. Women's tag team titles on the line. The Iconics retain again. 3 stars, and it finally starts the rivalry. Nikki Cross with a good advertising promo loses another 4, but gives me another $8,000 I really need. And Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch wanted to fight Indy Hartwell within the next 3 weeks because of the interference last time. Becky wins, 4 stars, doesn't further the rivalry because, the gimmick match and a grudge match that Becky asked for. And Indy wanted a title rematch, so, with 4 different factors fit into it. Why would it raise the rivalry? God, I hate this game sometimes. No, I actually love it, but that is annoying. Poor opening, unfortunately. That being said, as an overall show, we absolutely destroyed them. And I also used my card, which got me a full 1.0 fan retention, so we gained 101,000 fans and 118,000 profit. We also get injury rehab 3 if we need it. They only gained 76, and I haven't, because I was willing to spend that extra money, we now have another special promotion card we can use after the pay-per-view as well. So, going into week 4, thanks to that card, we now have a big 28,000 lead. Let's see what happens next. Week 4 coming up. Alright folks, here we go with week number 4. Starting us off with the Women's Tag Team Championships. Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm finally win the belts from the Iconics. 3.5 stars, grows to level 2, so that's going to take us to another pay-per-view. Becky Lynch really wanted to cut a promo, and honestly, Indy Hartwell needed that Hell Spa 3 card that I got last time. Well, I bought it actually while I was booking. So yeah, so they both needed a bit of a rest anyway. So yeah, there we go, level 3. Trent Seven and Cesaro for the championship. Cesaro retains. 3.5 star match. Level 3 rivalry. Charity promo from Nikki Cross. Thank you. We've signed the British Bulldog, so Finn Balor finally has someone to fight. Unfortunately, I used my Legend Whisperer card from William Regal. He is only a 5-weeker. I prefer if it's 10, but this is the first time I've seen either him or Andre the Giant come up at all. And he's a better fit for the roster we currently have than Andre. So, yeah, I signed him, and they're having a match to kick off the rivalry. Plus, he had 85 stamina. And by the time his contract is due to be up, 2.5, not bad. Hopefully, we'll be far enough along that I'll have enough money that it won't kill me to re-sign him for the other 5 or 6 weeks anyway. Kaylee Ray advertising, because we definitely need money. -4 popularity, 9 grand. Thank you for the sacrifice. Probably isn't worth it, but I'm not doing anything with you right now anyway. 3-star main event, so it is better than the second mid-card, so that should be, and it's level 3, so we can blow that off at the pay-per-view. Unfortunately, since Balor's already in a rivalry, even though it's only level 1, it is hard to do that. We still got credit for good booking. Technically, the 3.5 stars should have been the opposite ends, but since they go opener, first mid-card, main event, second mid-card, the main event was still considered better than the second mid-card, so that's all that matters. How do we do? 84,000 fans, 46,000 bucks. We're ranked number 1. 85,000, so they gained slightly, but we still have a pretty good lead, 26,000-ish. Going into the pay-per-view, WrestleMania Backlash coming up next. Here we go, folks, with WrestleMania Backlash, all tables matches because they're the cheapest gimmick match, and it's the pay-per-view bonus. Becky Lynch versus Indy Hartwell for the Women's Championship up first. Becky retains. 4.5 star classic, love to see it, rivalry complete. Honestly, part of me kind of wanted Indy to win so I'd have a heel champion for Kaylee Ray or someone to fight, but it is what it is. This one's also going to finish Murphy and Jordan Devlin against Danny Burch and Alexander Wolf. And the heels win. 4 stars, amazing match. Nikki Cross with a charity promo, thank you. Trent Seven versus Cesaro is going to finish at this pay-per-view, with Cesaro retaining the title. 4 stars. Good promo. Mid-card, trying to get this one started. British Bulldog and Finn Balor in a tables match. 3 stars, still doesn't start a rivalry. And in the main event, because Toni Storm requested the main event, Toni Storm and Rhea Ripley versus Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. Their rivalry is only level 2, so just in case one of the level 3 other title matches ends up being better, I put the no rivalry match right before it for safety. Babyfaces win the match. Goes to level 3, and it was just as good as the opener or any of the other ones, if not better anyway. Amazing booking. We beat them in the opener. We tied them in the first mid-card. We beat them in the second mid-card. We tied them in the third mid-card, and they slightly beat us with a full 5 on the main event. But we won by half a star overall. How'd we do? 233,000 fans gained, 116,000 profit. We are ranked number 1. We absolutely destroyed them, and I didn't even use the special promotion or anything. That was beautiful. We now even have more money than they do. Going into week number 6, the road to TLC coming up next. Folks, we are back with week number 6. We are really low on money. I don't remember exactly how low because I left the game on this screen and had to go do there's a different recording session due to some real life stuff. But I know we must be in pretty bad shape if I did a double advertising promo. So, excuse me. Up first we have the British Bulldog versus Marcel Bartel, who I don't remember if you knew I signed or not. But either way, I did sign him, and I'm doing a run-in on Bulldog from Finn Balor to try again to either get that feud started or continue it. Bulldog still gets the win, and it does start the rivalry finally. Role change for Kaylee Ray, as we discussed before, because I need another heel.
1, 2, 3.
Becky Lynch versus Peyton Royce with a run-in from Billie Kay. I think I just needed a run-in. Peyton Royce gets a win. 2.5 stars, not too bad. Advertising, good promo, -4 popularity, but I got 14 grand, so thank you, Rhea. Jordan Devlin versus new signing Olaf Ostrovsky, who I switched heel previously so that this could work. Devlin gets the win, unsurprisingly. 2 stars, doesn't start a rivalry, because of course it doesn't. Danny Burch advertising, -3 for popularity, but another 12 grand we needed. And in the main event, Nikki Cross versus Indy Hartwell in a tables match. Just because I needed something to do. Nikki Cross with the win, 2.5 stars. A mediocre show, but it is what it is. Any injuries in this? Yes, Cameron Grimes. I was going to say they were all weak, so I can't believe that wouldn't be an injury. Excuse me. So they did much better than us, but we still got credit for good booking at least. Plus 77,000 fans, $163,000 we desperately needed. For 327,000 total. Okay, no, I guess we weren't quite as broke as I thought. Oh, I don't know why I did 2 advertising promos then. Anyway, we are ranked number 1. We got a free crew booking, which will save us some money for the next pay-per-view. They got 63,000. Pretty sure I played that other special promotion card. I remember I had 2 of them. So we have quite a good lead. Over 80,000. Over 90, about 85,000 actually. Going into week number 7. Coming up. Alright folks, we're back with week number 7. Rhea Ripley said she wanted a tables match in the next 2 weeks because she likes being in them. So I'm booking her with one against Kaylee Ray, who just turned heel, because Bruiser Fighter works. But with a run-in from Becky Lynch, because I want to get that feud going. So let's see how that goes. Rhea does get the win. 3 stars, and it starts the rivalry with Kaylee Ray and Lynch, which is great. Excuse me, folks. Nikki Cross calling out Indy Hartwell, because why not? Give them something to do. And it works. Thank you, Nikki. Trying to get this started again. Jordan Devlin and Olaf. Olaf wins this week. Disappointing match, but it starts the rivalry, which will help boost his popularity as well. Self-promo from Peyton Royce. Just to keep her nice and popular. Thank you. +5. I signed Pete Dunne. And it's Murphy and Pete Dunne against Danny Burch and Alexander Wolf. I do not have anyone for Cesaro to fight right now. I really wanted to do Trent Seven and Tyler Bate. which I'll probably still try to do, but British Bulldog really wanted to tag team with Trent Seven in the next week or two. So I suppose I could have done a singles match with Murphy and one of the tag champs or something until then, but whatever. I'll just try and change Trent Seven out for him. And the Bases win in the main event. Oh, good, it started rivalries for both tag team matches when I didn't really want it to. Which means it'll be harder to get around them. Also, poor finale, because of course, 44,000 fans, 130,000 profit. We're still ranked number one. We also got a pre-match physio in case it doesn't completely remove, but it significantly lessens the chance of injury if anyone's under 40 and I need to book them in a match emergency. They did gain quite a bit on us, but we are still well ahead by 70,000, almost 71,000. Going into week number 8, see how we do. All right, folks, we're back with week number 8. We're kicking it off. Unfortunately, I forgot Murphy and Trent won the tag titles, so I'll have to hopefully get a fixed match card to fix that later. But for now, Murphy versus Cesaro trying to kick this off for the world title. Murphy wins and is a double champion. Doesn't start a rivalry. Kaylee Ray, I was asked not to put Becky Lynch in a match this week, and since she has low-ish stamina anyway, she's like 50s to 60s. I decided to put Kaylee Ray in a call-out promo, which worked. Trent Seven, Finn Balor wanted a rematch with Trent Seven from the other tag match last week, claiming he cheated him. So I'm giving it to him, and then I just realized, though, it's fighter. I thought Trent Seven was a specialist. So this isn't going to be a great match, but there's a run-in to hopefully further the rivalry. Finn Balor wins. Disappointing, but it does grow the rivalry, which is the main thing I wanted out of it anyway. And Jordan Devlin, I thought that was already level 1.
1, 2.
But it says new rivalry. I'm very confused. Pete Dunne versus Olaf. Just a filler match. Another 1.5. Great. Self promo from Billy Kay. Good promo, only +2, unfortunately. And these guys both have pretty high stamina, so Nikki Cross and Indy Hartwell in a tables match.
2, 3.
Indy wins. 3 stars, level 2. Thank God it was at least a decent match. We're getting absolutely destroyed. Don't like that. 27,000 fans, $149,000. We got a double cost card for not booking Becky Lynch. They have a pretty good amount of money right now, but we still have 36,000. They're coming up quick and I don't like it, but we'll see how week 9 goes. All right, folks, we're back with week number 9. We are trying to power build a couple of feuds here. Becky Lynch versus Kaylee Ray. Becky Lynch wins. They're both in the 80s and 90s, so I made it a tables match. It grows to level 3 so we can blow it off. British Bulldog was asked to cut a promo, and it gives me a free arena booking, which will save a bunch of money for the pay-per-view next week. And it was successful, so that'll blow off. Jordan Devlin and Olaf will not, but they're the only cruiser and giant I have anyway. Devlin wins. Grows to level 2. Cesaro calling out Murphy. Does manage to start a rivalry, but we'll have to wait till WrestleMania to blow that off. And that'll give me time to hopefully get the tag titles off of Murphy. Pete Dunne versus Marcel Bartel, because Pete Dunne was the only babyface I had left. And Marcel has like 90 stamina. I'm probably going to babyface turn somebody at the pay-per-view with one of those extra promo slots. Indy Hartwell and Nikki Cross were like 60-something plus stamina. So, after the tables match, some promo to grow it to level 3 so we can blow that off. And try to get this from 3 to 4 finally to blow off as well. Rhea and Tony win. And it does grow to level 4 in time for the pay-per-view. Much better show tonight overall. 4-star opener, 3 stars, 2.5, and 3.5. Overall, they still beat us a little bit, but we did much better. 41,000 fans, $150-something thousand. Still rank 1. still ahead by almost 30,000, and we have lots of money to play with because I'm going to save a bunch with my free booking cards. And I have a bunch of power cards for match types. So we'll see you at TLC Week 10 coming up next. Alright folks, here we go with TLC. Kicking us off a level 4 rivalry for the women's tag team titles. Extreme Rules match, which is one of the 2 matches I played a card on. Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm versus the Iconics. The Iconics win the championships. Legendary match, rivalry complete. Self-promo from Jordan Devlin. Only a +1, but that's fine. Murphy and Pete Dunne. Now, the reason I'm doing this match, and I'm running in with Cesaro, is to try to boost the Murphy-Pete Dunne rivalry, and hopefully get this version of Imperium to win the tag team titles so they can feud with someone else. Hopefully that worked. 2.5 stars, and it does grow the singles rivalry. Perfect. Self-promo from Olaf. So, a while back I mentioned in some of my other videos, your created wrestlers get assigned a random promo stat every new save file. So like CM Punk could be a 5 one time and a 1 the next. I didn't remember, but the local talent get that as well. And in this playthrough, Olaf is a 4 out of 5. So since his popularity shot up to 51 from that feud he started in, let's get him another 6, because I needed to fill promo slots. Tables match, I thought about making this one either Extreme Rules or TLC as well, but I wanted to make sure the main event and opener were both 5 stars. So I just left it as a tables match. It's a level 3 rivalry, so it should be pretty good. Bulldog wins the rivalry. 4.5 stars, love to see it. Charity promo from Danny Burch, thank you. Nikki Cross blowing off her feud with Indy Hartwell here, which is lovely because it means she can now go into a tag title feud. And 3.5 stars, although she's a fighter against fighters, so we'll have to see on that. Charity promo from newly acquired Tyler Bate, who actually got +2 he did such a good promo that his popularity went up by 2. When I signed him, he was at 44. Now he's 46, it says. And the main event, Becky Lynch versus Kaylee Ray, TLC for the NXT UK Women's Championship. End of the rivalry. Kaylee Ray leaves as champion. Legendary match. Love to see it. We beat them 5 to 4.5. We tied them with the 2.5. We beat them in the second mid. We tied them in the third mid, and they did get 1 5-star in the main event. So we beat them overall. We should win this. 216,000. Only 116,000 profit. That'll go up for the last few weeks because I unlocked a bigger, well, I have to pay for it, but I have a bigger arena available now. Could have used it for this one, but I wanted the pay-per-view bonuses for the fans. I got a superstar training, which I may use on Olaf, although I think he's permanent already. Still rank 1. 237,000. They've gained on us. We are only 5,000. Somehow they had a better show than us, even though I used like the maximum everything I could, including branded pay-per-view bonuses. But anyway, let's see how the final stretch goes. Week 11 coming up next. Alright folks, we're back with week 11. The build to WrestleMania begins. Kicking it off with Tyler Bate and Trent Seven in a tables match against Alexander Wolf and Marcel Bartel for the tag team titles. Trying to hopefully overwrite other feuds and get this one going. It does, which is good. It's only 2.5 stars, but I'll take it. Also, that'll boost everyone's popularity a little. Danny Burch calling out British Bulldog, thank you. New women's tag team title feud, Nikki Cross and Becky Lynch against the Iconics. Nikki Cross is going to want a match with Kaylee Ray at some point, so I'll have to do that match as well. But I'm not doing a singles match because they're both fighters. This is the actual feud I want to start. The Iconics retain. Level 1 rivalry, and it's way better than the opener. I should have known. Rhea calls out Kaylee Ray for the women's title. Jordan Devlin and Murphy against Olaf and Cesaro, because Cesaro has to team with Olaf in the next 3 weeks, and that's this week. They win. 2.5 stars, new tag rivalry I don't care about. Tony Storm calls her an Indy Hartwell. I'm basically just starting as much stuff as I can, and whatever grows the best, that's what I'm booking at the pay-per-view. Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor wins. 2-star mediocre match. Great. It didn't even start a rivalry. Absolutely dreadful. Don't even want to look at it. We lost 30,000 fans. We gained some money with the new bigger arena. We got a Vito Star card for something that I did. I forget what. But they also lost. They actually lost a little, I think, just barely less than us. We're at exactly 1.99 million. So we're a little under 5,000 ahead of them. Going into week 12. Coming up. Alright folks, we're back with week number 12. All titles are on the line. Kicking us off, the women's tag team titles, Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross trying to win those titles from the Iconics again. This time they're successful. The title change helps the rivalry grow to level 2, 3.5 stars. Olaf with a call out that succeeds, giving Jordan Devlin a rest. Grows to level 3, so that will almost assuredly be on the pay-per-view. Rhea Ripley versus Kaylee Ray. See if we can get this to level 2. Rhea Ripley's the new NXT UK Women's Champion. 4 stars. It's better than the opener. Charity promo from the Bulldog. Trent Seven and Tyler Bate defend their new titles against former champions. Try to grow this to level 2. They retain. It does grow to level 2. Call out promo from Pete Dunne to Finn Balor does nothing. Murphy versus Cesaro for the title. Murphy retains the title. 3.5 stars and does nothing for the rivalry. Of course it doesn't. Yeah, I know, poor opening. Plus 13,000 though with the extra fan promo bonus and a bunch more money because, as they say, spend money to make money. I unlocked the biggest arena, the one I'm going to be using for WrestleMania. And I used it for this show as well to get more money. And we'll be doing so for the rest of the season. We are still in first place. They gained 16,000, so they gained on us for 1,000, less than 2,000 ahead. Week 13. Let's see what happens. Alright folks, here we go. Week 13. Another tag team title match. Double tag team title match, because that's the only way to build tag team rivalries. Babyfaces win again in the men's one. 3.5 stars grows to level 3. Yes. Pete Dunne calls out Finn Balor, and I did a double one to try to overwrite that other feud Dunne was stuck in, and it did. Both of them actually worked. So it's level 2. I did not bother re-signing British Bulldog because I knew I had too many people in feuds for the number of matches. So this is his last week with us. But he was technically in a feud with Birch, who wanted a match. So there you go, 3.5 star tables match on your way out the door. Thanks. We already know this worked twice. Women's tag titles, hoping to get this to level 3. Iconics win this time. The title change does help, 4-star match. Rhea Ripley able to grow that to level 3. And Murphy and Cesaro in a tables match. Cesaro regains the title. Also a 4-star match, and it grows to level 3. Yes. You should be able to win this at WrestleMania. We won that week by far. 18,000 fans gained, 208,000 profit. We are rank 1. We gained on them by 8,000. That's what we need at this stage of the game. 9,000 and a bit lead going into the go-home show for WrestleMania. Week 14. We can do this. Alright folks, the go-home show for WrestleMania. I booked this just because they both have ridiculous stamina and they're technically in a rivalry and some people needed rests. Hell in a Cell match, Tony Storm and Indy Hartwell, level 1 feud. Indy Hartwell with the win. 3-star Hell in a Cell, good lord. Pete Dunne able to grow that to level 3, yes. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, Mustache Mountain against Imperium. Mustache Mountain wins 4 stars. Of course, it's better than the opener, despite it being a Hell in a Cell because their popularities are so low. but that grows to level 4. Kaylee Ray and Rhea Ripley grows that to level 4. Gordon Devlin and Olaf trying to grow this to level 4 with a tables match. Olaf wins. It does grow to level 4. Murphy able to grow that to level 4. Yes. Now grow this to level 4, please. Iconics win the titles in a tables match. It does grow to level 4. We are going to win at WrestleMania. Yes, we are. 4 opening, yeah, I don't care. 12,000 gain, 175,000 profit. Rank number 1. We are ahead by 4,000 going into WrestleMania. We got this. Let's go. All right, folks, here we go with WrestleMania, the finale. As you can probably tell, we re-signed the British Bulldog. I actually re-signed him last week because I was like, I want somebody over 70 to do promos because you can get the higher top-level logistics for WrestleMania. Fortunately, I hired him last week and didn't use him, so he dropped below 70. But we got the second highest logistics for that and the top level for everything else. I also played a Hell in a Cell card on the main event. But up first, Rhea Ripley's good in tables matches. Kaylee Ray's good in TLC matches. TLC matches usually get a bit higher rating than tables when you don't play a card on them. So we're doing TLC, level 4 rivalry, women's title on the line. Kaylee Ray leaves WrestleMania the champ. 5-star legendary match even without a card. Charity promo from Bulldog, who came back for this. Thank you for the appearance. Jordan Devlin versus Olaf in an Extreme Rules match. Olaf gets the win. 4-star amazing match. Self promo from Pete Dunne. The only reason I didn't do all charity promos is because better logistics. Tables match. A bunch of people are hurting in this match, but it doesn't matter because it's the last week. And the reason that I made that a tables match is because one from each team were good at them, so I figured it would bump the rating. And it's a 4.5-star match, so I think I was right. Charity promo from Finn Balor. Thank you. Extreme Rules match again. Trent Seven and Tyler Bate versus Imperium for the men's tag team titles. Imperium leave with the titles. Legendary match. And none of them were even specialists in it, and I didn't play a card. That is, however, why I made sure that I put that on that end instead of the TLC end, only because I know the Hell in a Cell card should all but guarantee a 5-star. Charity promo from Tony Storm, thank you. And the main event, Murphy versus Cesaro for the UK Championship. Murphy wins back the title. Legendary match. If we did not win this, I swear to God. We had 3 5-star matches to their 1. We had 5 4-star higher matches to their 2. And 3 of our matches were 5-star. 4 out of 5 were the top, 5-10% of it possible, 4.5 to 5. We better have won. 359,000 fans gained. Yes, we sure did win. Look at that, show quality A, 25 out of 30 points. Match card quality, 108 out of 20. Love to see that. How did they do? 21 out of 30 and 86 out of 120. 314,000. We ended up beating them by 50, almost bloody near exactly 50,000. Less than 100 from 50,000. We have done it. If you've enjoyed the content so far, give a thumbs up and subscribe. It really does help trying to build this channel up. If you're just new to this as of this video, welcome to the Kingdom of Kane. I am your host, Kings, Queens, and In-Betweens, the jovial jester Kane Drago. We'll see you next time.